Jackson Crane, his fourth and final business manager. Jackson claims he told his big corporate law office in Denver to screw it one day, and came this way. He got on with Grant and worked 9 months before the doc said Grant wouldn't make it. Grant told Jackson to leave everything he had to his kids. Jackson was confused and he said, "What kids?"
"My kids,"
Grant said.
"Madeline, Emma, and Libby."
Like me, Jackson knew only about Libby, and he said he honestly believed Grant was confused with all the drugs they were pumping into him, so he repeated, "Madeline and Emma?" Grant, who had tubes coming out of every orifice, cocked his head to one side and studied Jackson, as if he couldn't make out how he could be so slow. "Sort of the way I look at Dad's old pickup truck," he said.
"Do I look like I want to do a lot of explaining right now? Listen up. I want to leave everything to them. All of it. Why the hell are you looking at me like that?"
I can picture Jackson futzing with the knot in his tie, like he does when people talk about things he doesn't get. He also swallows a lot. He doesn't have much of a poker face, if you know what I mean. He said,
"That's admirable."
"Admirable, ha. But, as you know, your divorce from your fifth wife is pending, and it's costing a lot of money."
"Yeah, tell me something I don't know,"
Grant scoffed.
"What about it?"
"It's complicated," Jackson said. To which Grant laughed and said,
"I hope you look that sad at my funeral, Mr. Crane. You ever been married? I'll let you in on a little secret. It's always complicated."
I guess Grant thought he was imparting the wisdom of the world, like he was the first guy to ever figure out that women are crazy and impossible to understand.
"Go on now, give it to me straight,"
he'd said to Jackson.
"Tell me how complicated it is. But don't say the Porsche, 'cause I ain't leaving it. Have you found out who can bury me in it yet?"
"Not yet. I'm working on it."
"You must think I got all the time in the world. I need to get that nailed down. All right? So?"
he'd said, and with his hand he gestured for Jackson to speak. "I know this. Jackson doesn't like it when people tell him to hurry up and talk. But he didn't mind then because he said that the gesture of lifting his hand and waving it around wore Grant out. And Jackson knew then that Grant really was going to die. Jackson found his balls, I'm happy to say, and he told him, "You're not going to have anything to give your kids when the divorce is finalized. You're broke, Mr. Tyler. The only thing you'll have left is Homecoming Ranch."
"That's all?"
Grant asked, like he couldn't believe that, being the financial genius he was, he could have screwed things up that bad. "That's all," Jackson said. That was not what Grant wanted to hear. Hell, it's not what I wanted to hear. The thing is, Homecoming Ranch is really complicated. It's my home. It's where Luke and I grew up. Dad believes Grant really meant to help him out when he gave him that piddling sum for Homecoming Ranch, but I don't think so.
"Well, to hell with it then,"
Grant said, and Jackson said he sank back against the pillows and that for once, he didn't look so big. He looked pretty small and frail.
"It's the thought that counts, right?"
Grant said, as if he was seeking some affirmation from Jackson that it was okay to totally screw over your kids.
"Leave that to them."
That should have been the end of it, but Jackson must have been really bothered by it because he said, "You know you are upside down on the ranch's mortgage. It's more headache than legacy. You're leaving them a big mess." But old Grant chuckled and gestured to himself, lying in the hospital bed in one of those gowns that hardly covered him, with a bowl to catch his vomit on the table in front of him.
"You think I ought to get out there and spruce the place up? Those girls will just have to turn it around if they want anything out of it, won't they? It'll be good for 'em. Builds character."
He'd grinned at Jackson.
"It's the best I got, Jackson. Now, write this down. Madeline Pruett? I think she's in Florida, but you'll have to do a little digging with that one. And then